Chris Waddle.
Oh, you're kidding me! September.
Kyle Lafferty.
Are you joking me?
Is that right?
I know!
Welcome along to the shoutiest segment on Irish radio. It is the scintillating, it is the stupefying, it is the splendido crappy quiz. We do, of course, have Brian O'Driscoll and Nicky Byrne with us today, and they will be tested on how much they know one another. Nicky knows not to mention the name Tana Umaga anywhere near Brian O'Driscoll, and Brian's been desperately trying to avoid the name Brian McFadden for the last 50 minutes. But how much do they truly know about one another? Well, let's get into the first of 3 rounds. Round number 1, gentlemen, is the sporting careers round. Question 1 for you, Brian. Nicky could have been a top-class Premier League goalkeeper if it wasn't for George Graham and Paul Robinson. But can you tell me which of the following League of Ireland clubs Nicky did not play for? Sligo Rovers, A. B. Cove Ramblers, or C. Shelburne?
Sligo.
Correct straight away. Didn't even need to repeat it twice. This guy's done it.
I just mentioned it about 5 minutes ago. That's the only reason.
Listen, I know you. I'm a super fan.
Of course, IOU did play at the showgrounds, but this was pre-Westlife, so you wouldn't have been a member of it there. It's all available on YouTube for anybody who wants to check it out. 1997, I think, was the showgrounds performance. Question 1 for you, Nicky. Brian O'Driscoll didn't do badly when he eventually found his feet as an Ireland centre, but while at UCD, he was moved from which position into midfield? Was it A, fullback, B, winger, or C, out half? A little bit more hesitation this time. Fullback, winger, or out half?
The truth is I don't know, because that's a difficult question. But I imagine Brian to be quite fast. He was quite fast in his day. So would he have been a good winger? I think so. He's also good. He's a strong lad, strong as an ox. I'm going to go with a winger.
No, I'm afraid not. It was an out half.
I was thinking Simon Gagan. Was he a winger?
Yeah, he was. Good knowledge. 94. Yeah. In Twickenham. Yeah. I'll take it. Do you know, I played a bit of wing in school, but that's not the question. Out half was the answer.
I can only go with what's written down in front of me. Was that flattering, Brian, hearing that description of your rugby prowess there? Strong as an ox, fast?
Yeah, no, I'll take that. Yeah. I've heard worse things said about me.
If I remember being on a night out with Brian many years ago, he has a dodgy bicep. Have you still got the dodgy bicep?
I do. Yeah. It's still. I can't tell you how obsessed my kids are with it. They're like, "What? Get the arm out! I told them initially that I got hit by a golf ball and it lodged itself in there. Like, seriously? I was like, yeah. It's like you can actually fit a golf ball in there.
I've never seen this bicep.
Have you seen his dodgy bicep?
No.
Listen,
no.
If 2020 needs anything, it needs to see Brian O'Driscoll's dodgy bicep.
I can see the screen grab coming.
Let's put it like this. If Nicky ends up winning this quiz, then the forfeit is to show the world your dodgy bicep. Is that not fair enough?
No problem. That's the confidence levels that I have.
Well, you are 1-0 up. We go into round 2. Round 2 is the North Side Dublin round. It is Baldoyle against Clontarf in this round. Who knows the North Side of Dublin better? Well, let's find out. Question 2 for you, Brian.
Okay.
Dublin Airport, Brian, is nestled proudly in the north side of Dublin and was the start of many a successful away trip for you and your teammates. But can you give me the number of any Dublin bus route that serves the airport?
When was the last time you were on a bus?
I've looked for an autograph outside your tour bus a few times. I presume it works this. Will we say
as in the buses that go there come out?
The 13?
The 13 is not the correct answer. Nicky, any idea?
I'm going to go with the 41.
41, man of the people, Nicky Byrne. He knows the crack. 41.
He lives out there. Sure, I would never see anything going up the Holt Road. I'm over further. I'm coast.
It's a good point. It's a good point. You would always need to get a taxi. In fairness, it's 1641 747 or 757.
Yeah. And listen, it is a good point, but that wasn't the question, bro.
I usually said that there's going to be no crossover of answers here, but look, you can pick up a point there. It is 1-1. And Brian, if Nicky gets this one wrong, you can also jump in to take the point. So at 1 point apiece, question 2 for you, Nicky. Croke Park is nestled snugly in the north side of Dublin, and both of you, of course, have made happy memories inside the gates there. But Nicky, which postal district is Croke Park located in? So Dublin what?
I'm gonna go. Well, Dublin, it's north side, so it's obviously an odd number. Dublin city centre is Dublin 1, Clontarf and Drumcondra. Is it Dublin 3?
Correct. It is Dublin 3.
Oh, it's not. Croke
It
Park's
is Dublin 3. It is Dublin 3. Yeah. Google Croke Park postcode. It is Dublin 3.
See, can I tell you a little secret though here?
Because Clontarf's 3. I don't know if it extends to Croker. You don't sound overly confident, Owen.
No,
You got very defensive. You got very defensive very quickly there.
You sound like Roy Keane in that quiz thing we're talking about now.
No, it is Dublin 3. I just googled it earlier. I was surprised to see that it is in the same postcode as Clontarf. I would have thought they would be different, but no. Jones's Road, Dublin 3 is the address of Croke Park.
And can I interject? Georgina's mom, Miriam, grew up in Jones's Road, Dublin 3. So we've been there many, many times. And obviously Bertie's constituency, because he's from Drumcondra as well. So if I didn't get that right, I think I would have been kicked out of the family now, in fairness.
Okay.
It's a good point. The bicep is getting closer and closer to the screens of the public. But
Dodgy bicep.
But enough of all the messing. It is time for the most serious round of the day. Round 3 is the 2014 RSVP magazine Ireland's Sexiest Man list round. That's right. Both of our contestants today featured in the 2014 RSVP magazine Ireland's Sexiest Man list. I'm not saying this is when these two gentlemen peaked. I'm just reporting the facts of the day here. Here is a couple of questions actually for both of you. So an opportunity to score 2 points in the final round. Question 3 for you, Brian. Nicky was one of 2 members of Westlife who appeared in this list. Can you name the other member of the band who featured? And for a bonus point, can you tell me if he finished higher or lower than Nicky in the results?
You just got to pick your favorite here, Brian.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go with Shane. It's got to be Shane. And do you know what? I somehow know that you finished second in the pecking order, so I don't know whether he won it or not. I'm gonna say that Shane did win it in 2014, and he was the most handsome in the whole group.
No, you're wrong on both counts.
Oh, no.
You're wrong on both counts.
Dodgy bicep.
Cian Egan was the man who finished in this list, and he finished lower than Nicky. I know the line you're talking about. In Nicky's Wikipedia, it says he finished second in this list. That is untrue. Never trust Wikipedia. The actual list has Nicky finishing 4th, behind Ronan Keating, who finished 3rd, Niall Horan, who finished 1st, and in 2nd place was Jedward. 2014, Jedward were Ireland's sexiest men, with the exception of Niall Horan. I think
unlucky, just outside the medals. Unlucky.
All blonde lads with quips there, lads. You got Niall, me, Ronan, and Jedward.
Question 3 for you, Nicky.
A lot of hairspray in that.
Brian was one of 3 Irish rugby players who appeared on this list. Can you name any of the other Irish rugby players who featured? And again, a bonus point if you can tell me if they finished higher or lower than Brian in the results.
In same year, 2014.
2014.
So what year did you retire, Brian?
14.
I would say, I always that year, that era. I always refer to the Irish rugby team as the Celtic the Celtic Tiger rugby team, because you know you had Gordon Darcy, you had Stringer, you had Jamie Heaslip, who else? Ronan O'Gara. I would say Donica as well was in there. So what was the question? Who else was in the top 10?
Yeah. Just in the list in total, I think there was 21 names in total in the list. There were 3 rugby players. Brian was one of them. Just give me one of the other names and whether or not that person finished higher or lower than Brian.
Okay, I'm going to give you 2 names. I'm going to go with Rog and Dunica.
You can't pick 2 names. You can pick 1 name because there's a chance you're 50% right there. And then
Is he right? Is he right?
Pick 1 person.
I'll see you out there. I'll see you.
Pick 1 person. You've only been asked to pick 1. Pick 1.
In the whole list, I'm going to go with Dunica.
Higher or lower?
I know, Brian was higher.
You're wrong on both counts. It doesn't matter.
This one can be transferred.
Go for it.
Tommy Bowe.
Correct. I'm not going to give you the bonus point, though. We'll go to a tie break. You have tied it up at 2 apiece.
That's just because you want to see the bicep. That's not what.
I didn't get a chance to answer about Keegan.
I'm not going to lie. It's Tommy Bowe. He finished higher. Rob Carney was also on the list. He finished higher. Rob finished 8th. Tommy finished 12th. Brian finished 18th. Don't worry, you did finish ahead of Brendan O'Connor and Michael O'Leary on the list. So, especially year all round.
They had a that year.
They had a bad year.
To the tie break. And I'm going to need an answer from Nicky first here. And then, Brian, you can give me an answer. It is a specific number. Whoever gives me the number closest to the answer will win. So, Nicky, the question is this. And take your time here. It is a simple addition question. The number of Lions caps Brian O'Driscoll has earned in his career, plus the number of UK number 1 singles Westlife have clocked up. Add those 2 numbers together, what do you get?
Okay, so just before I continue, I'm allowed to say this out loud. You're not going to ask me any ones.
I'll even. Okay, I've got mine.
Perfect. If you want to shout out a number there, so Nicky.
Okay. So how many number of Westside number 1s, and then added to how many Lions caps he has in his career?
Exactly.
Can I ask you, Brian, how many Lions?
No, you can't. Continue. What's that?
How many Lions tours you did? 2, 3?
Yeah. Somewhere around that.
So we know the 5. We know you did 4 tours.
Yeah.
Oh.
Westside 4.
Okay. And how many games in a tour?
It's test matches. So there's 3 test series in each of them. So there's a combination that would be 12.
12 in total.
Yeah.
Okay, but you got one where you got absolutely minced.
But I started it.
I know, but you only played 1 game. I think your shoulder is still over there, is it? Right. So that gives you. So that takes you to 8 potential. And I would have imagined you played in every one of them. So, right. Maximum, you played in that one and that. So, maximum you could have played was 23 added with my number 1s. So I'm adding the number 1s in here as well, right?
Yeah. Please.
So Westlife had 14 number 1s. So, and
how many Lions caps?
So I reckon if you had 12, let's say you played them all, 14 and 12 would be 36, but you missed 3 games.
14 and 12 is 36.
Sorry, 26. I wasn't in that day. 26. Right, so that means take away 3. You could have only, as I said at the start, you could have only possibly played 23.
So your final answer is?
I'm going to take away, maybe you didn't play in a game or 2. So, 21.
21. Brian?
I'm sick.
Brian's gone for 20. The answer is 22. So Nicky wins.
Oh, gee, what's that?
Yeah, 8 lines caps.
Can I just show you through the? Can I show you through the jumper? Is that okay?
As Victor, Nicky, is that okay?
Listen, whatever you want to do, Brian. I would never
want
to put you in it. What else? Do you want to go to the gym for half an hour just to get?
I'll hang on. One sec.
Here we go. Look.
Here we go. Oh, I see it.
No, not yet. That's nothing, Owen. That's nothing. Wait till you see this baby.
How the hell does that
There we
happen?
go. Not enough. There's enough for people to see, and hopefully people didn't get their cameras ready. And
A proud day for Baldoyle all around. A proud day for biceps. I guess Clontarf, a district with a cloud of shame hanging over it today, but I think you brought it back with the bicep.
I'm going to look at Croke Park Postal District there.
Go for it. You will certainly see it's Dublin 3. Brian, Nicky, thanks a million. Nicky, congratulations. You were the Cracky Quiz champion.
Congratulations. Well done. Well deserved.
And as a matter of interest, Brian, and you don't have to put this in, but can that be repaired?
Yeah, it can be repaired. Yeah, but there's no point. There's full functionality with it. So it's quite a big operation to have a repair. Like, you're gone for a good few months. Actually, it happened about 6 weeks after I came back from my shoulder reconstruction on the same side. And I was like, I can't believe it. I've done it again. So I just couldn't feel that arm. It wouldn't pick itself up. I was like, oh no, not another one.
And how did you do that?
I don't know, I just grabbed some and it just snapped. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
But actually, there's a guy that played for Ireland in the 90s called Paul Burke. He's quite a small little slight guy, but he has both of them torn. Like full Popeye quality. So Doris has one done as well. So yeah, when we used to go out for a few drinks, it used to be the call for the biceps out.
Who else? Come on, name and share. Who else has a dodgy bicep in Irish?
I actually don't know. I don't know. That's my limit. Yeah. Yeah, it's one of the better ones to have. Jeez, you know.
Of course.
Yeah. You know, rather that than a ripped scrotum.
Do they have to reattach the muscle? Is that how it's done?
The tendon.
Tendon.
Biceps tendon. It's your tendon that snaps. So yeah, they have to reattach that. If it's the lower one, mine's the higher one. If it's the lower one, I think you have to have surgery.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and what do you think of it?
That blew me away. I thought, like, that was incredible. that is insane. How does that even happen? That, like, half of it works and the other half just doesn't. Like, I would have thought that it all just stops working, you know? It's an absolute medical feat.
It's like getting on a motorbike with one wheel. It's like, yeah, just.
Thanks a million to Nicky Byrne. Thanks a million to Brian O'Driscoll. Congratulations to Nicky. Thank you to Brian. Thank you for the bicep. Join us next time for the Crappy Quiz.